when your wide area network is in, 10 gigabit and then 100 gigabit kind of a things, when you want to transfer data from one microprocessor to other microprocessor, when millions of bytes getting generated, so you need to go beyond these interfaces. Today what we have is 10 gigabits, 40 gigabits as Ethernet standards. No more those going to be standard, or no more these kind of a standards are going to work for the upcoming requirements in next few years. So you need to grow to 25, 50, 100 gigabits or beyond that, or maybe a terabits kind of a these things. So what technology is going to come in for this? A copper, yeah, we have seen that copper cannot go beyond a meter, 2 meters of distance for a 25, 50 kind of a gigabits. So even for just interconnecting, forget about going about optical devices, I need to have today these technologies available for building the systems under NSM kind of a things. So that's the key thing that I'm going to talk, the necessity of these things. Of course, from here you can go to back panels of fiber optics based. From here you can go to fiber optic chips, you can go to fiber optic computing kind of a things. They are all much forward thinking. But immediate problem is that, can I connect these silicon based systems itself using the photonics technologies? So if you look at this data center, friends, you can see there is a bicycle going on within the data center. So this is the kind of imagination that we need to do. Tomorrow you may not be requiring a bicycle, you may be requiring a scooter, or a kind of in the campus that today you are running in a battery based cars. So a maintenance engineer would be taking in a battery car and going across the data center, because one end to the other end, if you want to walk, he will take maybe few minutes, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes kind of a thing, which is not acceptable. So that is the kind of a data centers that imagine, maybe 10 times larger than this conference that we are organizing here. So are we geared up? When I want to run in a cable from one end to the other end at the speed of 100 gigabit, am I geared up? Or as in India, that are we geared up to do these things? I'm thankful that CEO Madhav has organized this as part of an aerospace conference. The photonics importance has been communicated very well in this conference, and photonics is the only way to answer that from one end to the other end at 100 gigabit speed or terabit speeds that I want to communicate. There is no other technology available for us. So friends, there is the typical way that how I construct the data centers. I'll have one rack. Within the rack there are servers, and then there are interconnections, there are switches, and they go to the leaf switches to spine switches, and then from there to core switches. And when I go these things, we have been always working. When I look at our colleges, and then when I studied, I had just one desktop computer available. That's also I worked on an 8085 processor or a Z80 processor kind of a things. I was getting taught about my electronics in Usmania. And today, in a house, I can see racks of compute lying there, because you need laptops, you need desktops, you need servers, and you need to have an internet connection devices and multiple other electronics coming up. And a small department, you have a rack. You need to have a separate server room, which is a cooling room. And when you go for a university, for servicing all these things, you need to have a data center. And when you come to the HPC, you will certainly require a special purpose data center, because you are putting so much of a high density into it, and then high speed communications to cool all these things. You need to have HPC specific cooling systems and everything. So with all these things coming up, the interconnection technologies between all these devices are getting high speed, low latency, and high density, and more flexible. So that is only possible with fiber. Copper, when I go, I have a bend requirements, I have certain kind of angle requirements, and I cannot go beyond 3 to 5 meters. So from a 3 meters to a 2 kilometer, when I want to go in a data center of this size, with all kinds of ups and downs of cable routing and other thing. So even in this conference room, I want to make in a data center, I need to have a 1 to 2 kilometer kind of a long cable from one end to other end that I need to do. So there is no way except photonics I can do it. This is what that I said, there is no more 10G, 20G or 30G, 40G kind of a things. It's going to be 100 gigabit standard. Already you have the networks available 100 gigabit, and it's going to be soon 250 and then a terabit kind of these kind of a things. The data centers are evolving. Friends, we are in 2015, and whatever the predictions that's been done, then now it's going to be 25, 50, and 100. 100 gigabit is there available for last 1 year to communicate from one end to the other end. And it's available to 2 kilometers kind of a things at that high speeds and the latencies that are required for in a supercomputing. And when you go to the future, I do not know. I may go for few hundreds of kilometers, or I need to go for a terabit kind of speeds. So this is the kind of just interconnect requirements. And within a rack to rack, or rack to leaf, leaf to core, and then leaf to cores and many other areas, when I want to go, the speeds are getting increased. Within a rack, maybe I need to go for a terabit, and outside the rack, I need to go for hundreds of gigabits, and then between the data centers, I need to go for tens of gigabits or hundreds of gigabits kind of a speeds. So the hierarchy things are going to come in there. So we have seen, all of us, that how the computing paradigm is going to shift is that today you have, when you take a laptop, there is a memory inside, there is a compute inside, there is processor, there is interconnection, there is I/O, there is a screen display and everything. When you go to the data center today, you have a rack with many computers on the display on your desktop or on your mobile or something like that. So the display is disintegrated between your compute and this. And then the storage got disintegrated. There is a separate storage. There is a parallel file systems which are pumping in at a very high speed the data into the compute, and from the compute, after processing, it's coming onto your displays. So these three got disintegrated. And as we move on, further these things are going to get disintegrated. That's the kind of vision that's coming up, where you will have a memory pool, you will have a CPU pool, you have a network pool, and then you have a cooler pooling, and then you have a power supply pool kind of these things. When all these things get disintegrated, again the data communication among these guys is going to get increased, and there again I require a photonics. So within power supply, I need to have electronic based power supplies. I need to have a huge communication happening at nanoseconds level kind of things. So those latencies and those kind of a high speed data exchanges are becoming must, not only for high performance computing kind of data centers, it's going to be part of your enterprise data centers very soon. So it's better that we gear up for these things today. Friends, what is the solution for this? Integrated scalable silicon photonics, and then all other peripheral activities which are related to that. So what are those things? What is integrated photonics? Today, as I said, that 100 gigabits available. Still at electronics level, we could able to produce serial to parallel, parallel to serial conversions at 25 gigabit, and 4 of these 4 serial links I am combining into 100 gigabits. Soon I need to transform to 50. Not only that sufficient, so because of that, I need to go 25 into 8, because 50 is not available for me. So the packaging technologies which are required for 25 by 8 or 25 by 16 or 25 by 32, the demand is coming from the society, the way that they are using the smartphones, the way that they are generating the data, the kind of compute requirements that they are demanding from the internet world or the back-end data centers. So these are the various technologies that we need to develop. How these things come, the technology comes up, or we do it from the research, but these are the requirements of to gear up for the next immediate few years. And from there to going up to terabits. 1.2 terabit, already the standards have been formed. So 1.2 terabit may be possible maybe in next 5 to 10 years, but the requirement is today. So this is where that the electronics is lagging behind the societal requirements. So how do we going to meet up these things? Yes, the best thing is that Dr. Ajay Kumar said that we need to produce more PhDs who understand the science, who understands the complexities of this, from engineering to research, that we need to get on to human power, manpower parts, and then supporting the Telangana government's initiative of Photonics Corporation here, and bringing in the worldwide knowledge wherever it's available, either through brain return or getting the technology transfers to here. So we need to speeden up ourselves. So this is disaggregation of these things. We have been having an I/O bus in the desktops. I think very soon, probably next 3 to 5 years, you may not see an I/O bus. You will be seeing direct connections of fibers going into each device, a flexible devices interfaces that you have directly connected to your fiber. So the concept of the I/O, traditional I/O, is gone. As I have been earlier saying that the traditional systems have consolidated everything. As you move on, going to be disaggregated systems. And these disaggregated systems are going to put more demand, more stress onto the compute and onto the interconnections kind of these things. So I have narrated these things and the importance of the photonics in the current requirement of supercomputing or large internet data centers. Across the globe, these have been deployed at various levels, and my company, Intel, is very much working with the industry on this these things. I'll be ready to answer any kind of a questions either on the dais or outside the dais on these things. Thanks to the this forum which has given this opportunity for me to speak on this. Thanks a lot.